All right, here. Setting that all up. Apparently getting no glare from the light again. Oh, well, that's just how it works. How's it going, everybody? Thanks for coming on in here. Those of you that are now just clicking on the replay here, or to those of you that are slowly filing in here. To those of you that don't know already, my name is Austin. And, of course, this is Fintastic Freaks. And, yes, today we're back here once again here. And I swear I always get a spam call like right as I start this. I just need to leave my phone upstairs whenever I start these things. But yes, as the title does suggest, because, well, Emily said, you should totally put it in your title. I'm like, okay. It is the last day before I eclipse another complete year on this planet we call Earth, where I will be turning 29 overall, actually. So entering the final year of the 20s. So time to make the most of it, right? All right. But saw we already had 3 likes here as I come in here. 5 people currently watching. Always great to see some people standing by before even I get here. That's always really cool. It's something that I honestly still I'm getting used to, just seeing so many people like, all right, let's see what's going on here. It's really cool. I can't thank you guys enough for. Harrison Tropical says first. Absolutely, Harrison, first one to comment. And the second one saying, hello, everyone. Hello to you, Harrison. Thank you for coming in and joining us here today. Hillbilly Aquatic also saying hello. Hello to you, Hillbilly Aquatic. Great to see you here. And we got Peplin Creek Aquatics coming in here saying hello. And Mystery Snail Guardians snailing it, like always there. Good to see you here. And another awesome member of the fish fam. We got Liquid Zoo Only Fins saying, hey, hey, hey. It's Matt Liquid Zoo. I thought that sounded a little bit better. I don't know, something like that. But good to see each and every one of you all here. And, oh, boy, I got to tell you guys, so I got some big news to share with you guys here. Again, it kind of correlates with what I talked about a bit yesterday. If you want to know what that news is, stick around here for a little later in the stream, and I will go on about that later. To those of you that watch the stream, we'll have the first little indication of what's going on down here as of the latest. But hope, and speaking of the latest, though, I saw that a lot of you guys really liked the latest video when visiting the Scott Aquarium, which is in none other than our zoo here in Omaha. It really is an awesome, awesome place. I mean, just not even just with the fish, but the penguins, the puffins. I mean, that shark tunnel. It's awesome. And to those of you that did watch the video, for reference, the first tank you guys saw, I mean, and if you haven't watched the Scott Aquarium visit video, I sure hope you do once we're done here. I'll eventually get a link to share that with all of you guys here momentarily. But to those of you that have not watched that video yet there, I hope at some point you do here soon, because it's an awesome, awesome tank. Or not awesome tank, but an awesome public aquarium. And it's just, I mean, it's got an octopus, it's got sharks, jellyfish, stingrays. I mean, it's got reef fish. Got some freshwater tanks in there too. Like at the very end there, we saw some pacus, we saw an arowana. I mean, and of course, outside of even just fish, it's got puffins, penguins. It's just a really cool place. And I mean, I wish that I could shown more of the beauty of that place there, because I mean, it is such an awesome place to where if you're ever in Omaha and have a moment, I mean, the aquarium at that zoo alone is a reason to make time for it. But really, honestly, if you go to the zoo, you should just dedicate a whole day to it, because there's just so much to see there in the zoo as a whole, really. But the aquarium by itself, in my opinion, is a reason to go. In fact, tomorrow, my wife and I, for my birthday, will actually be going there tomorrow again there, because I can never get enough of that place. But yes, I will also put in my latest video link here and post it again a little later here too. So to those of you that have not seen that yet, you can check in on that and see what's going on there. But I'll post it for the first time, though, right here. So to those of you that haven't, once we're done here, you can go ahead and catch up on that. I should have another video coming out here really soon, though. Maybe 2 this week. But we're going to be visiting another store here soon. It's a store that we've already featured on this channel. Not once, but twice, actually. Perhaps some of you may know already. There's a couple of stores actually I featured twice on here. 2 or 3, I want to say. 2 for sure. But one of these stores has something pretty cool, and I'll talk a little bit more on that later. But if any of you to those of you that stick around for the long haul here, I'll give you the first look on a little bit of what's going on here before I even post the video. So those of you that are patient here in the stream, I'll show you what's coming on, what's coming down here, or at least give you a very big clue anyway. Anyway, as I went on my little banter there, getting back on the zoo video in a minute here, but first we got a whole bunch of people coming in here as I was chatting. Aquarium Talk TV saying what's going on with you, Aquarium Talk? Great to see you here. Only Oscars back again here, joining the party. Great to see you. Rob's Aquarium Room saying good evening. Good evening to you, Rob. Great to see you here, man. And we also got the Metalheads Aquatic Mayhem here again with us today. Great to see you there, Metalheads. Another awesome channel. And as always, as I say every week, and I'll say it here again, soon as we're done here, make sure you go check them out. The Metalheads Aquatic Mayhem will be going live as soon as we're done here, which will be 6 p.m. Central Time or 7 p.m. Eastern Time, whatever time zone you're in. Obviously, I know a lot of you come from Stephen P's Aquatics, which goes an hour before me, or 4 p.m. Central, 5 p.m. Eastern. A couple of awesome channels here. So, I mean, I always got to try my best to put on a decent stream here because I'm sandwiched right between 2 awesome streams right there by itself. We also got Victor Albert joining us here again, saying, "Good evening, everyone." Evening to you, Victor. Great to see you here. Another frequent visitor. That's always appreciated to see. Back again. Freaky Fish Lady also saying, "Howdy, freaks." Howdy to you, Freaky Fish Lady. Great to see you here. And Pebbling Creek Aquatics saying happy birthday. Thank you very much here. It's going into the last year of the 20s, so got to make the most of it now, right? They always say that 30 is a big one. Also got Paul McCarthy coming in here saying hello. Hello to you, Paul. Thanks for joining us this Monday afternoon here. And new local Austin also coming in here saying what's up. What's up to you, new local Austin? Good to see you here as well. Another frequent visitor. And Hillbilly Aquatics also saying happy birthday. Thank you very much. As is Freaky Fish Lady. Appreciate all of y'all for the birthday wishes. It's made another year here. So on to the, like I say, the last year of the 20s, which I know is going to start pretty strong because, hard to believe now in a week and a half, going to be moseying over to the east and Aquaticon in Knoxville, Tennessee. But a little more on that later. But as I was saying about the video of mine with the Scott Aquarium at the Henry Dorley Zoo here in Omaha, the first aquarium, because some of you may recall, my wife and I actually got married at this very aquarium that my latest video was about, or showcasing. The very first tank that shows up in this in that video, once the music changes and all that, that's the tank we had the ceremony in front of. And I mean, I wish I could capture the actual size and the majesty of that tank because it's just an awesome, awesome tank. But the shark tunnel, which you kind of saw towards the middle there, partially because, well, it's kind of in the middle of the aquarium facility. But that's where the wedding dinner was at. And I mean, this was actually the first time she and I had been back to the aquarium since the wedding day. So it was kind of nice to go through and, not just, kind of reminisce that day and be in the place where it all happened, but also, just enjoy the fish here and, not worry about, saying hi to everybody there. And which isn't a problem because I personally don't mind chatting with people, of course, because otherwise I guess I really wouldn't be doing this live stream, right? But it's a fun place there too. And yeah, again, if any of y'all ever find yourself in the Omaha area and just want to spend a day there, I mean, the aquarium there by itself is enough of a reason to make you to where it should be more than worth the trip there. But I won't say too much about what we all saw there other than what I've said already. If you want to, just check out the video over there and see for yourself. All sorts of awesome folks here. 22 watching, 14 thumbs up. Appreciate every single one of y'all spending some time with us here this Monday evening. Hard to believe that April is over halfway done. We're getting into May, which is 1 month short of already being halfway through this year, which is crazy to feel like. 2022 still feels very young, but we'll see. Here we go. Don't know if I've ever seen you here before, but James Tabor, welcome aboard here to the stream. We are just getting into the hobby and noticed today that one of our cichlids is carrying babies in its mouth. Any advice? Well, it'd be awesome well, that is awesome. That's very cool. Whenever the fish have fry, that's always super, super exciting. I will be honest with you, James. I'm not a huge cichlid expert. What I can tell you is I know of some of the area fish stores here because we have a couple of fish stores in the Omaha area where I'm from that kind of specialize in cichlids. And what I've seen them do at times is they'll sometimes try to flush the babies out of the cichlids' mouth and such and try to separate the parents from the babies. I know necessarily you don't always have to because sometimes cichlids are just mouth brooders and that's just what they do sometimes. But they also tell me that they do it because they say that usually the babies get eaten, which if it's anything like angelfish or some other fish that I have down here that breed, yeah, the main reason why they don't breed or why they never really get fry down here much anymore is because, yeah, and which metalheads, good point there. I'll get to you in just a minute there, but they're also in community tanks there and such. And yeah, usually they end up getting eaten. So I guess I don't want to say that's what you absolutely should do. Cause again, I'm not really a cichlid expert. And the last thing I want to do is steer another keeper wrong because I don't know. But that is something I've noticed that a couple of the stores here in Omaha do is that they just flush as many of the babies as possible out of the mouth and try to separate the parents, or you can maybe even put a divider in there if you wish, depending on the tank size, I guess. But alas, but that's gave me a comment for review. Boy, that doesn't happen very often. Yeah, show. I don't see anything on that. For some reason, Peplin, it made me want to approve your comment, which I'm not fully sure. But if you're trying to save the babies, take the female out and put her in her own tank till she spits them. That's another great way to do it. In fact, that actually sounds a lot easier than what I said, too. So I'd say Peplin Creek Aquatics has the best idea right there. And that's the next thing. Metalheads brings up a good question. And are they in a tank by themselves or a community tank? Yep, as the metalhead and the metalheads back up. Peplin, that's way better than even what I would say. Then what even I said. Just go ahead and if you got that, go for it. Today's drink of choice, ladies and gentlemen, Sprite from Burger King. Nothing too fancy today. Traditionally, I don't go to Burger King much, but I haven't tried their spicy chicken sandwich ever, and I decided to change that today. So, why all of a sudden is this silly thing making me approve comments? Yeah, for some reason now it's making me pay. Maybe it's because we're taught. I don't know. Is fish breeding a sensitive subject? Do I got to approve comments on that? Is this sensitive content? You have been demonetized for talking about fish breeding, and you did not talk about the safe ways to breed. I don't know. Maybe that's why. But okay, so put the moms in a separator. Or she was a painting. I'm sure cichlids can be fast. minus angelfish, which I guess are technically a cichlid. They're not usually I don't have a problem catching angelfish, but yeah, back when I had some Lake Malawi cichlids, oh man, they just pew, pew, all over the tank. I mean, you better have been right on top of it, and I can't remember. I literally had to take out the whole aquascape just so they couldn't hide, or just so I'd have a shot in heck to catch them. See here, Stephen Hubbard say, and go big. Nebraska, and happy birthday. Thank you, Stephen. Appreciate it. Good to see you here, too. Strip and spit, as Liquid Zoo said. And yeah, holding females are, the worst to catch because, they're more protective, thus they even more so want to get away from you. I mean, either way, though, James, that's cool, though, because, I know every time I see angelfish eggs or, like, any of the fish breeding, heck, even if the guppies and I notice they have babies, I get a little excited, like, woo, we got babies, cool. But James here. Now, who is that? Who is daddy? Peplin Creek Aquatics. Have I bought the Sammy Watkins jersey yet? No. That's going out too much in it. I know a lot of fans don't like the pick, but it's an improvement. At least now we got a experienced guy. It's just a matter of need a veteran in there because we're probably going to draft 2. I could even see 3 receivers, maybe even a tight end in that mix. So it adds some experience and some veteran leadership. But I don't know, maybe. I mean, knowing how Sammy Watkins usually does, he'll be good at least for week 1. But here I am talking terrible. But I'm sure I'll have to get another receiver jersey now that Adams ain't on the team because that was the only wide receiver currently on the team. Well, actually, that's not true. I do have Randall Cobb. Never mind. I do have Randall Cobb, so I do have 1 receiver yet. I need to get Alan Lazard, though, since he's a former Cyclone and current Packer. So that's a win-win for me. Yes, going to miss Adams big time. Yeah, you don't move on from the best receiver in the game just like that. That's going to hurt for a little bit. But I guess, what do you do? Metalheads also helping out. Guys, this is one thing I've said it before and I'll say it again. This is what I love about the Fish Fam. Just coming in here in a live stream, somebody asks a question, and even though, perhaps I don't know or someone else may not know, someone here of the awesome members of the Fish Fam, someone's bound to know, and they just fantastic advice there. Good on Peplin and good on Metalheads there for pitching in there because, I know I probably are not much help when it comes to cichlids. The only cichlids I've really kept for extended periods of time are angelfish. Although I do have a jewel cichlid, but I've tried to get her to breed with before, but she is quite the she is quite the cruel mistress. She has killed 2 males, and after that, I'm just like, all right, well, I guess you get to stay by yourself then. Going through here, making sure I don't forget anything. 24 watching, 15 likes. Appreciate all of y'all, but select that. Yeah, absolutely. A jewel cichlid. Yeah, they're a very pretty fish, and mine is no exception. She's got some beautiful coloration on her, and if she breeded, I'm willing to bet, the fry would look amazing as they grew older, but son of a gun, she just will not tolerate any other fish I put in her tank. And I've tried to put another female in there with another couple males and such, and this was back when I even had her in a 55 with others. She just will not play nice. It's why I've also renamed that jewel cichlid from Juliet to something else, but I don't know if I should say the name on here because, well, if you get the reference, you'd get the reference, but I'm just not going to go into it since it's technically a current event, so I won't go into it too much, but she is quite the aggressive one. Yes, if they're this mean before breeding, imagine after. Yeah, I know. After laying eggs, oh, shoot. Heck, they'd kill everything else in the tank. Man. I mean, she's done that too before. She used to tolerate snails just fine, but then one time she laid eggs and Peplin Creek Aquatic. No, I did not name it Will Smith. Nope. Well, since I do know that the jewel cichlid 100% is a female because she has laid eggs on multiple occasions. I don't know why English is so hard for me today, but I guess if you absolutely want, I won't say the full name, but I decided to go ahead and name the jewel cichlid Amber. If you get it, you get it. But I'll leave it at that. I don't want to go too much more because I don't want to get in trouble. But Paul McCarthy's been listening just to chat. Watch chat. Absolutely. Saying hi, Josh there. But yeah, it's kind of a pity though that they're so aggressive because I mean, yeah, her coloration is awesome. Like I would love to see what they would make for the fry and such there because I mean she's got some beautiful light blue on her, some yellow and red here. You know what? Actually, let's. She's not too far away. Instead of describing her, how about we go see the mean mistress herself here? See if she comes out. There she is. Hiding there in the plants. She's a pretty one, but boy, is she mean. I think the red on her mouth is the blood from her previous enemies. Or at least that's what I always say. All right, here. Max here saying hello. He's already he's not quite 4 inches, but, well, actually he might be now. But he's getting bigger and bigger, guys. He ain't going to be in this 40 breeder for too much longer. He just keeps getting bigger and bigger. And he's getting more and more of an appetite, too. Getting way less picky. All right. Make my way back here without hopefully tripping over anything. Having slowly cleaning up my floor. So it's getting better down here, but still got some clutter. There we go. Peplin Creek, any plans for going to a game this year? Maybe. My wife did have the request, though, that if we go back to Lambeau, let's please not go to a January game, as she said, as that was very cold. It was 10 degrees at kickoff, and I think by the time we left Lambeau Field, I want to say it was, for sure low single digits. I want to say it was maybe 3 degrees actual temperature, and that wasn't including like any wind chill and all that. It was cold. I mean, it was cold. I mean, I can deal with it. I mean, my main thing is as long as I can keep my feet warm and, you know, I can still somewhat feel my fingers, then you know what? I'll deal with it. But really, other than that, I mean, as long as I keep my feet warm, which at Lambeau can be a challenge because, I mean, the concrete ground and all that can really cool your feet off in a hurry. But I just snuck some hot hands down there in my winter boots and such and made well enough at least. wouldn't say that I was perfectly well or warm and toasty, far from it, but I'm thinking that, yeah, we might try to get up there again. If so, it'll probably be for an earlier season game, though. That way to hopefully go outside where, it's not single digits out, and maybe it'll at least be, I don't know, 50s or 40s at least. We'll see, though. Unfortunately, in football season, not a whole lot of warm days in Green Bay, sadly. So, as I was saying earlier, though, something really cool is coming down here to the fish room soon. I will say and announce right here. I'll announce it in another video here later. But I went ahead and I decided to rehome another puffer just because this one just never warmed up to the tank. It just, I've tried re-altering its aquascape left and right, trying to make it feel more comfortable to come out and show itself. Because, I mean, it's a very pretty puffer, but it just, for some reason, it would just never come out. And I've had it now for, it's been, I'd have to look at it again. I thought I knew, but I feel like for some reason that's way off. So I'd have to look, I guess. But the one Mekong River puffer we have in the 75, I've decided that going to find another home for that one there. That, and I honestly feel like Roger, our other puffer that's growing out in the 20-gallon right now, the more and more they grow up, the more and more they look exactly identical. So honestly, he was labeled as a Palo Buy. I'm not so sure anymore. I mean, they weren't even fully 100% at the store. They thought he might have been in Mekong River too. And it's looking like that might be exactly what he is. But I keep getting this nasty glare off that light up there. And I'm not fully certain why. But one of these times I just need to set up some better lighting down here because that up there just isn't doing it anymore. Drive up stuff. Okay. Now, you're somewhere around the, correct me if I'm wrong, are you somewhere around Madison, Peplin? I know you've told me before, and I apologize for forgetting. My memory is horrible. But, yeah, I knew you were in Wisconsin somewhere, or might need a reminder, though, exactly where. But, yeah, I mean, some point, we never made a fish store while we were there in Wisconsin, too, in which the Packers were the main reason we went up there, but would have liked to get something on there. That way I could also make a little video out of it, too. I like doing that when we make these trips and try to show all these stores from out various areas to try to relate to a number of people throughout, but didn't quite get that last time. But we go up there again, might make a stronger effort to do it this time around. But as I was saying, so the one puffer, thinking going to probably rehome because, that and like I said, it just doesn't want to come out. And it's a very expensive puffer, so I figured, I'm not going to say what I paid for the Mekong River, but at the same time, it's like, when you pay a certain amount of money, you want to be able to enjoy looking at them and all that. And I mean, he would always just hide in places where, I could never see him. And while you want the fish to be comfortable because that's how you get the most out of them, it kind of stinks when you can't see them. So I just figured, what? I want something that I can see, so I think it's maybe better to give them to somebody else that can maybe, not have so much of an issue with giving it its privacy and such. And maybe you'll even find a way to get it to come out and, be a little more comfortable showing itself versus maybe something that I haven't tried. But another reason why I'm doing that is in that second 75, something else is coming down here. And I kind of thought about, I guess, reading through the chat here as I do as well. See, this is what happens. I read through the chat as I'm trying to talk, and then I lose my train of thought. But I'll get through here, and I'll get back to that in a minute here. But let's see here. Okay, so yeah, Peplin, I thought so. Hour north of Madison, near Highway 29 and 39 interchange. Okay. Yeah, I don't think we were too far away from that because, I know we literally drove, right through Madison to get up there to Green Bay. So, yeah, it doesn't sound like too far away then. Peplin Creek Aquatics wants to start doing YouTube interviews, says Liquid Zoo. Is that true? All right, then. Peplin only does YouTube chat. Foxy is the interviewer. Okay. I mean, hey, whatever format you're comfortable with. That's what it's all about. Oh, troublemaker. Oh, okay. But so I guess we're a half hour into this. So to those of you that have stuck around, I've actually been chatting with a fish store. Perhaps some of you might remember when we visited the Fish Fix not too long ago. We got, obviously that's where I got the Congo puffer before I decided to hand him off to a new owner, which he's doing very well, by the way. The new owner was just saying that, hey, thanks for the, he's doing really well. And heck, I had the Congo puffer in a 29, which was perfectly fine. He had an empty 40 breeder for him, so he's got even more space there. But the Mabu puffer is also what we got from the Fish Fix, and well, now we might be getting something else there. I'll show the video. I'm not gonna. Perhaps some of you might know what it is. Some of you may not. I won't say precisely what it is, but to those of you that might know, it's pretty cool. Unless some of y'all don't want to see it, but let's see here. I'm going to see if there's a way I can enlarge this because we've been talking via Facebook Messenger, so I'm trying to see if I can find a way to get this enlarged. Actually, you know what? Better yet, why show the video? I have a photo. Photos are even greater because then you don't have to try to mix up all that movement and such. Some of you may already know what these are before I show them. And to those of you that do, cool. If not, all right, guys. So the Fish Fix recently, trying to cover up that glare a little bit. Some of you may know what those are. Some of you may not. But if you want to know the full details of exactly what's going on with that, keep an eye open. We'll have a video up about those, or at least one of those, here in the near future. And Liquid Zoo, I bet they're puffers. That'd be a fair assessment. See here, I can't believe we're already halfway through this. Time flies when you have fun. Something I just thought of, I wondered if I'm starting to get more of a. I'm sorry if my camera keeps getting wobbly, guys. I'm trying to get rid of some of this. At least from my perspective, it looks really soft and a little fuzzy over here because of the one light. It was really bad when I first started, and I turned off the light that was over there, and it made it a little bit better. But I'm wondering, so technically now we have a 20-gallon long here. Some of you might remember that's actually where the pea puffers used to be here. But wipe the lens. Good idea. Helped a little bit. There you go. But so we got a 20-gallon. I said 20-gallon long earlier. I'm a fool. We got a 20-gallon hex, rather. But I haven't decided yet. I haven't decided this is one of the tanks that are going to go out with some of the others that I've talked about earlier. Or maybe I hang on to this. I tell you what. If somebody can give me a idea that kind of speaks here, I guess if you had this 20-gallon hex, or maybe you just know something that would fit in there, what would you put in a 20-gallon hex aquarium? Now, that, yes, used to be where the pea puffers were, but all the pea puffers became of age, and the last one passed away a few weeks ago. The last one I had for about 4 years, and that's about their normal lifespan typically. They sometimes can go a little bit past, sometimes a little bit under, depending on how old you get them. But at some point, I'm thinking, though, because we have another big hex tank, which I've talked a couple times about, and I'm thinking that's going to make a way more killer pea puffer tank once we get that going. Thanks for that. And yeah, good thing talking about the wipe the lens there, Metalheads, because yeah, that's seems like it's helped out tremendously here. Apparently my lens just needs a good cleaning off here. Here we go. Awesome member of the Fish Fam joining the chat here. We got Big Tank Hank up in the chat here. Good to see you here, Hank. Awesome member of the Fish Fam. They're talking about with Matt and Liquid Zoo. They're talking about interviews there a moment ago. That's a guy that does some awesome interviews on his channel, Big Tank Hank. He's had me on there before. It's been I think a couple months now, but had a lot of fun. I believe he's had Rico stay on there before. I want to say he's had Chattanooga Ed and James from Fish from Fever, among many, many, many others. But all sorts of awesome folks on there, and it's a great way to look on if you're looking for maybe some other channels to also widen your Fish Fam crew. Then Big Tank Hank is one of the channels that I would highly recommend you check out to expand your horizons. That and just an awesome guy overall. And speaking of awesome guys, we got Stephen P. 2003 Aquatics. Man was just live right before us. You're good to see you here, Stephen. When in doubt, lick it. Be like Kiss and just lick it up. Lick it up. Pepin Creek Aquatics says snail tank. See, now here's my this is how you know I'm a puffer keeper. When you say snail tank, I'm like, okay, so like a snail farm, just to grow. We get some parents in there, and yeah, the parents we leave alone, and we just take some of their fry out, and then yeah, we give them to the Amazons, figure eights, or sometimes we let them get a little bit bigger and give them to Finley or Fahaka or Mac as he continues to grow. See, I'm terrible with snails. Let's see here. Select Pet. Ooh, that's a good one. Had a pygmy swordtails in a 20-gallon hex once. It's been a hot minute since I've had a live bearer tank, and I would not be against that, actually. But in fact, I think I said here on Once Upon a Time, if we wanted to be absolutely technical, the first ever aquarium fish that I ever kept, and by that I kept, it was like more 95% my father kept it, and he just kind of let me feed them once in a while, or sometimes I'd hang with him as he cleaned. Even as a youngster, I kind of found this whole fishy biz interesting. But another awesome YouTuber there too, Fishy Biz. But platies were actually one of the first things that we ever had, and I know different than swordtails, but another live bearer, that's another thing that I've thought about there. Platies get a little bit bigger, as do swordtails, so if we did that, it'd probably only be like, what, group I guess Select Pet. How many swordtails did you have in your 20 hex for reference? I would imagine probably, 4 to 6 or so, or maybe you stocked it up a little bit more. I guess it also kind of depends on how you aquascape it too. But I don't know. Going through the chat, making sure I don't forget anybody. Frank the Fahaka has dwindled down some of the ram's horns population I have. Absolutely. I mean, I one of the snails that I get a lot are the I want to say they're Malaysian trumpet snails. And I tell you what, like my 20-gallon long with my diamond tetras and my apistos up there, as well as like even the Exodon tetra tank just gets a load of those in there. They just like those two tanks by itself make it to where a lot of these puffers, I can keep them up to their snail diet pretty decently on those tanks alone. And I mean, I also got the 40 breeder with the tiger knife there that gets some snails in there pretty frequently too. And getting fuzzy again here. Time for another wipe. And my angelfish tank gets some snails there too. I mean, yeah, it's I get a lot of snails down there too. So that's we got snails, but yeah, maybe we do something a little bit bigger. Maybe we do like a mystery snail or something. I know some people have talked about those though. See, me though, I also don't know a whole lot about snail care other than the only thing I really know about snails is that they have a hard shell that's really good at grinding down puffer teeth. And that's that's my terrible person moment of the day. Platies and swordtails are both okay. I feel like I would almost have to pick between one because the 20 hex, I'd have to measure it again. I want to say it's about 14 inches each parallel panel. I could be off on that. I'd have to check it again to make double sure. Looking through here, looking through the chat. Patty's Petite Tanks. Missed you there, Earl. There, welcome aboard, Patty. Great to see you here on this Monday afternoon. And speaking of mystery snails here, the metalheads, the wife picked up mystery snails, and they are nowhere near Frank or anyone else that'll eat them. Oh, yeah. I mean, I know any snail that would ever go in Finley's tank, if they last 5 minutes, that's Finley being in a merciful mood. She usually wastes no time at all. That, and I mean, Finley, my goodness. I need to take her old cave out of there because she's been starting to chomp on her little wood cave piece, and now she's starting to scratch herself on it, which worries me. I tried to take it out one time earlier, but she got super, super stressed when I did that. And obviously don't want to stress her out too much there. So I need to get my Fahaka Finley here another cave here that she can hang out in because I think she's starting to scratch herself on this because while she was growing up and occasionally still does, likes to chomp on it. And now she's got little scratches. You know what? It's been a minute since we visited Finley. We'll go visit Finley here real quick. Fair warning, there's a little algae on the walls there. I'm due for a water change here in the next few days here. Oh, and there she is, hiding by the all the little valves in the area there. You'll see the little scratch she's got on her head there too. And there's part of the reason why. She'll chase the little crayfish and the shrimp I put in here. And I feel like those little holes that now have the ragged edges are part of the reason why she gets those now. Whew. Don't look into that thing. So, yeah, I have these super extra bright lights now down here. It's like those $20 ones that like have those panel of LED lights from Menards or Home Depot, Lowe's, whatever you're into. And tell you what, you look into those, it's like looking into the sun. It will it'll really blind you quickly. Atkins, yes. Finley is a chonk. She is she's big. She's just shy of I'd say she's definitely probably eclipsed the 13.5-inch mark now. She's probably starting to push closer towards 14, so she's getting pretty close. Fahak, the females supposedly grow a little bit bigger. So she'll probably stop, I'd imagine, somewhere between 15 to 18 inches. But alas, yeah, it's, I say, I'm thinking I need to get her a new little cave thing. What I probably more so need to do is I need to upgrade Finley out of that 150-gallon tank and get her like a 180 or something, or maybe a 210, whatever I find first. I guess I'm not picky. But move her into that. I was thinking about once upon a time moving her into the 185-gallon bow front. But, well, obviously now that's going to be Mac's next grow out tank once he's done with the 40 breeder over there. So can't exactly do it, but yeah, thinking more so, I just need to get her, one, a new cave, two, a bigger tank with a little more swim space. Same here, Matt. I have been, I mean, hey, I feel like sometimes, funny story, sometimes people are like, so, nah. I mean, it's kind of weird, but some people were asking right away, other than Finley, if something happened down here, I mean, what fish would you save? Which is obviously a very hard question because, I mean, I don't want to lose any fish, especially any of the puffers, which are not cheap, or the angelfish. But before I could even answer, wife was like, "Oh, Finley he'd be the first. He'd probably run out of time because he'd make sure Finley had a heater. Finley would have sand that she could hang out in, and he would probably run out of time by making sure Finley would be comfortable in her temporary container." But honestly, I don't know what I would do after that though, because I mean, it'd be hard to choose. But see, Levi's Aquariums and Terrarium. Welcome aboard, Levi. Great to see you here. And I see your one down here earlier. Levi got a Fahaka. Hey, welcome to the club. They're awesome fish. When just make sure you keep on top of those water changes, and make sure you keep those chompers trimmed with plenty of crayfish and snails. And I learned that they like shrimp too. Yeah, I think it has been a while actually since I've seen you though, Levi. But hey, you're here today, and it's great to see you, buddy. Congrats on the Fahaka too. Yeah, that's exciting. I know when I first got Finley, I was super stoked. Which is kind of how I'm starting to feel again about this new puffer that my wife and I are going to go get tomorrow. Which, to those of you that did not see that earlier, tell you what, right before we go to the metalheads, I'll show it one more time. To those of you that may know what they are, cool. If not, well, watch the video later and you'll hear me say exactly what they are. But, and Atkins, yes, Amazon puffers are another favorite. My only complaint about the Amazon puffers is, of all the freshwater puffers out there, they're probably the ones that have the fastest growing teeth of them all. Like, I mean, they're cute little things. I mean, and I love the white, the black, the yellow on them. They're a cool little fish, but yeah, their teeth just grow like no tomorrow. And it's just, I'm not gonna lie, of all the puffers that it's hard to, that in terms of challenge to keep the teeth trimmed down and such, the Amazons are probably right there as probably the hardest ones you can do. I'd say the figure 8 puffer can be very challenging as well. I had to trim the figure 8 puffer's teeth one time as well as the Amazons there. Maybe next time, if I do it, which should not be for a considerable amount of time, if you guys would like, perhaps I could do a video that shows puffer teeth trimming. I know some people want to use like anesthetics and all that to kind of put them under and all that. Like, I know some people really like to use clove oil to try to, not a whole lot there too, because clove oil is also used for fish euthanasia and all the, euthanasia. My pronunciation isn't great, but to euthanize fish, that's another thing that clove oil gets used. So you got to be very careful about using that to put fish under when you trim their teeth, which honestly, I'll be open and honest. I know some people would really frown upon it, or some puffer experts would definitely frown upon it. Usually, I just get the puffer, try to keep them as much in water as possible while I hang on to them, and I just snip them. That's just me. But the better option is just to try to give them as much snail as possible. But sometimes the puffer's teeth just grow so quickly that sometimes it's just inevitable. And really with Amazons, I feel like when you get them, you just got to understand that, hey, their teeth grow so fast, it's almost inevitable. You're probably going to have to trim them at some point, unless you have like a crud ton of snails, which I have a good supply, but not that many. Maybe that's why I need to get a snail farm tank. Ricky DeHoyos joining here. Oh, you're not so late. You're just fashionably late, Ricky. But good to see you here. No worries, man. And yeah, no worries, people. If you're late, you're late. I mean, hey, honestly, I'm just happy to see people come here. I'm just happy to see people come in here, hang out and such, and just spend some time here on the channel and just show support. It means a ton to me, guys. So, I mean, hey, just the fact that you show up here, that's cool by itself. 3 snail farms. See, Atkins, I only got 1, and that's what I had when I initially, back when I just had Finley, and then I, way back when, had the Dragon Puffer, Mushu, which, no wonder if maybe I want to try to get another one here. The other one kind of hurt for a while, but now that we have a power generator to back up the whole fish room here, a 6,500 watt power generator, I mean, it's more than enough to power everything down here. And while we power the fish room, it's got enough power to run a refrigerator, probably if we really wanted to run a TV and such while the power is out. So there you go. If you're in the Council Bluffs area and the power goes out for a while, here we go. Fintastic Manor's got the power. I don't feed mystery snails to my puffers. I've never had mystery snails, so I can second that. Bladder snails, ram's horn snails. I also get some, like I say, I think they're Malaysian trumpet snails. They get like these little, they kind of got this little cone sort of thing. So yeah, I'm like pretty sure they're Malaysian trumpets, but I don't know how I got so many of them, but they really, really get all over in a few of my tanks here. And they really, now Select Pet, yes. Now a Crayfish Farm I do have as well. I got self-cloning Crayfish Farm down there in that tank right here. I was trying to find my finger on the camera there for a minute. But, yep, I do have some self-cloning crayfish. So I do have a Crayfish Farm tank. It's, they're in a 15-gallon right now. I need to bump them up so I can try to expand the farm. But honestly, if I've thought about moving my Amazons out of the 38-gallon tank, and that might be what the 38-gallon tank gets used for, is just as like a Crayfish Farm tank. But going through here, making sure I don't forget anybody. In about 6 minutes, the metalheads will be going live here. I should also add here, for those of you that do not know here, and if you have never been to the Metalheads, or aka the Metalheads Monday Mayhem, yeah. I'm sorry, I got a little too into it this time, but the Metalheads have an awesome stream of their own. They'll be going on right after us here in a little less than 5 minutes now. So once we're done here, make sure you go and check them out there. And speaking of which, the Metalheads are heading out here, getting ready for their stream. Thanks for dropping by, guys. Always appreciate the support there. All right, and yeah, once we're done here, guys, make sure you rock out the Metalheads here. But in the final minutes here, Levi asks, what happened to the Hex Pea Puffer tank? Long story short, Levi, all the Pea Puffers have died. I had those Pea Puffers like years before I even started the channel here. about 2 years, give or take, before I started. So pea puffers usually only live to be about 4 years old, give or take. Sometimes they reach 5, but that's about how long I had most of them. The first one died around the 3-year mark. So yeah, it's the pea puffers all just got old and they just died. So unfortunately, yeah, there are no more pea puffers down here. Although that will change down the road because pea puffers are just an awesome fish. So at some point, yes, I will have pea puffers down here again. And yeah, it sucks, but such is life, just like any other pet. You only have so long with them before they go. Atkins and says Rico had a 6-year-old pea puffer. Yep. You do get those exceptions sometimes. Sometimes pea puffers can really, there's exceptions with all sorts of fish that, they can really, there's always exceptions across the board here. But to what I've always read before I got the puffers, the median was they usually lived around, give or take, 4 to 5 years. So 6 years, I guess if they're really, really pampered and all that, then they probably could. But considering the pea puffers also went through a couple of moves and such, I'm sure that stressed them out each time. So I'm sure that didn't do them any favors, but alas. But yeah, at some point we'll get some. We'll get some more down here someday. And not in that one. I got a bigger hex tank though for that one. All right, here. As I set up the metal heads, those of you that have stuck around this long, I will show you what's going on with the 75 over there. We're going to have a vacant here in the near future here. So I'm going to pull up a picture here in just a minute as soon as I get the metalhead stream prepared. There we go. So some of you may already know what this is, and technically I showed this picture earlier, but to those of you that did not see it earlier, something really cool is coming down here. I'm not going to say what they are. I'm pretty sure by looking at the stature, you can tell what species of fish it is. In terms of the specifics, though, well, I'll have a video on it here soon. But in talking with a certain store that's been featured on this channel not once, but twice, maybe even 3. No, twice. Well, it's about to be 3 times because they have something really cool. And yes, it is a puffer. And don't blink or you might miss it. Did you get that? If not, I guess you'll have to pause it. Oh, actually, you know what? One more time real quick. Oop. There we go. So one of those will be coming. If you want to know what one of those happened to be, check back later this week. I'm going to get a video on them done this week here. We might have 2 total videos here before the end of the week here. Got a little project video that I have been editing slowly on here while I've been doing some other things. But it is just seconds until 6 o'clock, so it's time to go over to the metalheads here. So, ladies and gentlemen, fish fam alike, thank you so much for checking us out here again on the stream. It means so much to me to see so many people coming in here saying hello and such here. I know someone was asking earlier, Paul was asking, whose birthday is it? Well, tomorrow, mine. But once we're finished up here, guys, I'll go ahead and post the link to the Metalheads Monday Mayhem stream. Make sure you go check them out here. Thank you all so very much for coming here, hanging out here on this Monday afternoon here. I will see each and every one of you here later in my next video here. And going through all these, again, people, thank you for all the early birthday wishes. Yep, again, see you in the next video. And make sure you go check out the Metalheads there. And also, Lefty will be going live tonight at 7:30 as well. So make sure you also go check him out as well. But until the next video, guys, stay fantastic.